I think Xbox is in serious fucking trouble. Hi, my name's Chasm, and today I'm gonna talk about the seemingly dark future of Xbox. As everybody knows, Xbox has been in a terrible financial situation for quite a long time. Nobody's buying Series X, nobody's buying Series S, and their $70 billion acquisition of Activision has put them in such a big hole that all they can do now is try to extract the most amount of money from you as they possibly can. But it's not working, as we can see with Black Ops 7 being probably the worst Call of Duty it's been in years. Nobody's playing it, nobody's buying it, and then beyond that fact, you get a look at things like this. Xbox US console unit sales just reached an all-time November low, down again. Xbox Series consoles dollar sales were down a whopping 70% year over year, according to Circana editor Matt Piscatella, aka used to be the NPDs. Of course, everything's down. I mean, you know, it's a rough year. It's a rough year. Let's be totally honest. People are squeezed for cash right now. Okay, PS5 is down 40% year over year, and the Switch 2 combined with Switch 1 is down 10%. You know, overall, sales aren't good. But the fact that Xbox is being beat by a little device that is basically a Kinect proves that they're in a really bad situation. But hold on a minute, all right? How could Xbox be failing? They've got so much history. They got so much love. Let's go back, all right? Back to the early days of the Xbox. First of all, Xbox obviously came out with a bang. Everybody loved Halo. Halo took over the world. I loved Halo. I love Halo 1, I love Halo 2, I love Halo 3, I love Halo Reach. After that, the series completely took a nosedive. I made a really good video about it. You should check it out. And I'm a big Xbox fan. You know, I was deep in on Xbox. Xbox 360 came out with a bang, and if you were playing games back then, you know for a fact that Xbox was the place to play, okay? Not only did it have excellent first-party games, but it had unbelievably good third-party exclusives, and everybody loved Xbox. I mean, it was the best place to play online. Back then, Xbox Live was like the gold standard, especially because PSN was so absolutely garbage. Terrible experience. Nobody liked playing on that PlayStation controller at that time. Nobody really liked playing on PlayStation at that time until towards, you know, the later cycle of the PS3 when better games came out. And of course, you know, The Last of Us and, you know, Uncharted, amazing. You get what I'm saying. But for a while there, Xbox was 100% king and everybody loved Xbox until it came time for the next generation. And with the Xbox One, they decided to do something a little bit different. Instead of making a console that you could play better games on, they decided to make it a home entertainment system where you can watch TV, you can watch live sports, you can control things through your Kinect. Nobody wants that stuff. People just want to play games. And PlayStation understood that. And PlayStation became the best place to play games by a long shot. And since then, Xbox has been trying their absolute hardest to catch up. They started to lose their hold on gamers at the worst possible time because that's when everybody started to build up a digital library. And if you're already building up a digital library, you're unlikely to switch because it means you're leaving your entire library behind. So because people then started to build up from the start of the PS4 with all these digital games, they're not gonna suddenly switch back to Xbox with the Series X or Series S. No. Their time is done on Xbox, and they're going to continue with PS5 or PC or whatever like that. So of course now, Xbox has just been struggling over and over again. Constant game delays, constant studio shutdowns, constant games that come out and just completely fall flat. Remember the hype around Halo Infinite? They put it on the box of the Xbox Series X, and then it didn't even come out at launch. They had to delay it. And then it came out in 2 different segments because the game wasn't ready, and then the story was unfinished. The multiplayer, honestly, I really enjoyed, but it wasn't enough. And then the campaign just completely fell apart. To me, honestly, it was a good Halo game, but it still didn't stand up to the original Bungie series. No way, dude. And then they're like, it's our 10-year Halo game. We're gonna have all this story stuff. We're gonna do all these things. Is the story stuff in the room with us right now? Because I don't fucking see it, dude. Halo has completely fallen apart. Their flagship series has completely fallen apart. And Phil Spencer himself has said if we lose sight of what Halo is, it means we have lost sight of what Xbox is. And I'll tell you straight up, Phil Spencer, you fucking lost the plot, my dude, because I don't see Xbox doing anything right these days. How many times have they showed Fable? How many times have they talked about Fable coming out? Where is it? Gears of War E-Day, where is it? You canceled Perfect Dark. How many years did you have working on that game? You bought all these studios. Where are the games? And the games that you do actually put out are not that very good, you know what I mean? So the Midnight, It's fine. It's a very classic style like platformer that's insanely easy, and the combat kinda sucks, and it's just fine. And like that was supposed to be your big game. The Outer Worlds 2, it didn't come out to like this big bang that people thought it would. And then when you really get down to it, when Xbox just starts releasing all of their games on PlayStation, you know that's the end of Xbox. Because why would you play it on Xbox when you could just play it on PlayStation where it'll run better? PS5 Pro, every Xbox game runs better on a PS5 Pro than it does on Xbox. Or you play it on PC and you have a better time because you could also get Game Pass for cheaper on PC than you could get it on Xbox. So why do that? And then they want to open up their ecosystem to allow you to buy Steam games directly on Xbox. Why would I buy the Xbox games on Xbox when I could get them cheaper on sale on Steam? And then you know what? Xbox makes less money from that because instead of making 100% of the sale, they make 30% of the sale or 70% or whatever the Steam cut is. They're just losing money. They've made consistently bad decisions for what feels like 20 years at this point, honestly. They've completely dug themselves into a hole and they have no clue how to get out. And it's just misstep after misstep. And it feels like at this point, Xbox's only solution is to literally become the biggest third-party publisher. They might as well give up on hardware. It seems like they're kind of headed in that direction. I know they say they're not and that they're actually still working on a great new next-gen piece of hardware that's going to be like the most powerful console ever made, but it's going to be closer to a PC than a console. And then they got a new handheld coming out as well. But I think they need to go the ROG Ally route, Xbox Ally X or whatever, and just let other companies make the hardware for them. Put your Xbox system on that hardware. You don't have to worry about the cost. Just publish your games everywhere. Become the big-time publisher, which is kind of what they're already heading in. But I think it's time to just let that stuff go, which is unfortunate for all the people who have dedicated their gaming space to Xbox and built up their library on Xbox because they want to be Xbox players. They like Xbox. They love Xbox Live. They love achievements. It might be that that stuff's gonna go away. I mean, that stuff probably won't go away because they'll still have the Xbox launcher and they still have that Xbox ecosystem, but they're just making bad choices, dude. You can only make bad choices so many times in a row before your luck runs out, pretty much. And it's running out for Xbox, dude. Halo was so damn good. And yeah, I know they showed a new Halo, which is a remake of Halo 1. I understand that. Does it look really nice? Yes, it does. Am I excited to play it? Of course I am. I'm always excited to play Halo, even though I hated 4 and I hated 5. And Infinite was fine. Will they reel me back in with Gears of War? Yeah, they will. But am I gonna play it on an Xbox? Absolutely not, dude. I'm playing it on PC, or I'll play it on PS5. I mean, I'm gonna play it on PC, but I could play it on PS5. My order of choosing option would be I'll play it on PC or I'll play it on PS5. Or if I really want to play it on the go, I'll play it on the Switch too, because it's probably gonna come to Switch. I mean, that game won't, but Xbox games will come to Switch too, because everybody will buy them anywhere else, because Xbox is done, dude. If you are still playing on Xbox, you need to strongly consider that this is probably the end of Xbox, and that you probably need to expand to something else, because it's not looking good.